Bernstein?
Yes, ma'am.
I was wrong.
I beg your pardon?
The truth is I don't have a card that says Mr. Hunt took any material.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember getting material for... I do remember getting material for somebody, but it wasn't for Mr. Hunt.
Right.
The truth is I didn't have any request at all for Mr. Hunt.
Oh.
The truth is I don't know any Mr. Hunt.
Clausen, this is Bob Woodward. Carl Bernstein of the Washington Post had a conversation with the White House librarian on some books that Mr. Howard Hunt took out on Senator Edward Kennedy. She first said that Howard Hunt had taken out books on Senator Kennedy, and then she denied even knowing who he was. I was wondering if you'd like to comment on this confusion.
Listen, let me call you back on this matter. I'm going to check on it for you.
Fine, thank you. Bye.
He says, first of all, I think I got a bunch of books on Hunt. She comes back 5 seconds later. She says, I don't even know a Mr. Hunt, and it's obvious that someone got
That's
to
not enough proof. I mean, if there was just a piece of paper that said that Hunt was taking out books on Kennedy, then she'd have to quit it. Like a, I don't know, library.
Hunt also took out books from the Library of Congress, but what's more important is that somebody got to her. She comes back and says, I don't even know Woodward.
Mr. Woodward, Ken Clausen calling back. I've just talked with the librarian.
Yes, sir?
She denies that the conversation with Mr. Bernstein ever took place, and she
I'm
said...
sorry.
Print anything.
I can't be positive that that money was used for the break-in, you understand.
Yes, I do.
But people sure are worried.
Which people?
Why the hell didn't you tell me over the phone?
Woodward says the phones aren't safe.
Can't trust him.
Come on in.
We can't come in, sir.
Woodward says there's electronic surveillance.
Surveillance, who's doing
It's
it?
being done. People's lives are in danger.
Wait a minute.
Maybe even ours.
What happened to that justice source of yours?
Well, I guess I made the instructions too complicated because he thought I said hang out when I just said hang on.
Oh, Jesus.
The story is right. Haldeman was the fifth name to control that fund, and Sloan would have told the grand jury.
No one wanted to tell the grand jury
Why didn't he?
because nobody asked.
Nobody asked.
It's not the full report, but it's over 4,000 pages of it.
Huh. Are these in order?
I don't think so.
There are no page numbers.
Yeah, that's where the top secret stamps were. My source had to cut them off.
We're supposed to retire on Friday.
Ben, how are we supposed to comb through 4,000 pages?
They're
of
not
material?
even loosely
The
organized?
Times had 3 months. There's no way we can possibly
He's
get
right.
this done.
We got less than 8 hours.
We could shoot for City, then we'd have 10.
Hey, for the last 6 years, we've been playing catch-up, and now thanks to the President of the United States, who, by the way, has taken a shit all over the First Amendment, we have the goods. We don't have any competition. There's dozens of stories in here. The Times has barely scratched the surface. We have 10 hours till the deadline, so...
A Grand Inquisitor. Evening last night?
Yes, thank you.
Did you do any fornicating?
David, we're starting... Now, you've always maintained that you knew nothing about any of this until March 21st. But in February, your personal lawyer came to Washington to start the raising of $219,000 of hush money to be paid to the burglars. Now, do you seriously expect us to believe that you had no knowledge of that?
None. I believe the money was for humanitarian purposes, to help disadvantaged people with their defenses.
Well, it was being delivered on the tops of phone booths with aliases and at airports by people with gloves on. That's not normally the way lawyers' fees are delivered.
Look, I have made statements to this effect before. All that was Haldeman and Ehrlichman's business. I knew nothing. Okay, fine. Fine. You made a conclusion there. I stated my view. Now let's move on. Let's get on with the rest of it.
Hold on.
No, I don't want to
hold on. If
continue
Haldeman
this
and Ehrlichman were the ones really responsible, when you subsequently found out about it, why didn't you call the police and have them arrested? Isn't that just a cover-up of another kind?
Well, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have just called the feds into my office and said, hey, there's the 2 men. Haul them down to the dock, fingerprint them, and then throw them in the can. But you do them because they're in the greater interests of the nation.
Right, wait, just so I understand correctly. Are you really saying that in certain situations, the president can decide whether it's in the best interests of the nation and then do something illegal?
I'm saying that when the president does it, that means it's not illegal.
I'm sorry?
That's what I believe.